everybody, and welcome back to the Blu Ray Hunter. I'm the Blu Ray Hunter, Jonathan Moody, and we've got a fun show for you guys. I'm going to give you guys my top 10 favorite Kino Lorber 4Ks. Wow, that took a second for me to be able to say all of it. But all right, I've piled up. Now, these aren't in order of 10, but I think they kind of are. But I'm just gonna say them, and if they, I sort of see a pattern. Like I looked at it before, and I was like, okay, this is sort of my 10 favorite. This would be like, but these are the ones I think also like kind of show off what Kino Lorber is all about, and I'll kind of go into that. So Kino Lorber has a great 4K section. And they do lots of old movies, classics, and then not so classics. So we're gonna go into that. So begin with these are a lot of these are in slipcases. There's only one that I have right here that's not in slipcase. But the rest are. So here we go. Starting with The Manchurian Candidate, which I hadn't seen it till I bought it. I knew a lot about it. I knew it was a classic. Frank Sinatra, Lawrence Harvey, and Janet Leigh. I mean, what a great cast right there. It's a great movie. Why is it like number 10, like kind of the lowest of the low? I don't know. It's a movie I don't think I'm gonna watch a lot, but I still really respect and like it. Another movie I don't think I'm gonna watch a lot, but I really do like is a movie called Sands of Iwo Jima. It's a war movie. I'm not a huge war movie fan, but I am a huge John Wayne fan. So I like him as a person and as a actor. Uh, I really enjoy that movie. Number 8. Wow, we're going pretty quick. So this is gonna be a short episode, I guess. I'll try to talk a little bit more about them instead of like the small little bits. You know what? I'll do what I sometimes do, which is read off what the special features are, because that's another thing about Kino Lorber is they do pretty good on special features. So there's an audio commentary by the director of Manchurian Candidate, which is John Frankenheimer. It also has the Manchurian Candidate interviews with star Frank Sinatra, director John Frankenheimer, and screenwriter George Axelrod. I still need to watch that. Sounds good. Queen of Diamonds interview with actress Angela Lansbury, and that's on the Blu-ray, not the 4K. Because it does come with the Blu-ray 4K, and I think that's it. The 4K, and then the Blu-ray has special features. How to Get Shot outtake, that's on the Blu-ray. Also, the Manchurian Candidate interviews are on the Blu-ray. Little Solitaire interview with filmmaker William Friedkin on Blu-ray. I don't know why. Why is he listed as? Why does he get an interview? Maybe he's a fan of the movie. I don't think he did a remake of this or anything. But anyway, that was, and then a phone call outtake um, on the Blu-ray. So, yeah, interesting. So for if Sands of Iwo Jima, audio commentary by filmmaker historian Steve Mitchell and combat films American realism author Stephen J. Rubin. I'm guessing these are both the guys are on the commentary together. That could be kind of cool. I do remember that. I did listen to this. I listened to this for a little bit, and they were both together, and they were excellent. I wish I listened to the whole thing, because those guys really knew their shit. They were very big historians into it. Sometimes there's even some Kino Lorbers where the commentary is not as good um, as I was hoping it would be. But maybe I gotta give a lot of these a second shot. I kind of want to do a series where I talk about the commentary tracks on the Blu-rays, like commentary Friday or something, where just occasionally I'll watch a commentary or listen to a commentary track, and I will talk about I'll have commentary on the commentary. I think I've seen some sh segments like that or something that people tried to do that. But it'd be just interesting to tell you if I really got anything out of the commentary, liked it, and everything kind of sum up my feelings on the commentary. If the commentary was what worth listening to. Like there's things like I want to listen to the Roger Ebert Citizen Kane, and I want to tell people whether or not it's actually worth listening to, or to go with Orson Welles again and do Touch of Evil because there's a bunch of commentary tracks on there, but are they worth like listening to? That kind of thing. So I may do something like that. Get ready. Sometime either in summer or fall. That may be a new segment I'm working on. So yeah, and then the making of Sansa Iwo Jima, hosted by Leonard Maltin. Perfect person to host anything. I love that dude. Used to have a big book of his reviews. Um, so another movie is 3 Days of the Condor, starring Robert Redford, Faye Dunaway, Cliff Robertson, and Max von Sydow. Classic film. Really love this movie, by the way. It's just such a great movie. Audio commentary by film historians Steve Mitchell and Nathaniel Thompson. Same guys? No, Steve Mitchell though, not Nathaniel Thomas. But that should be interesting. And then audio commentary by director Sidney Pollack. So you get the director commentary and you get the historian's commentary. So that's kind of cool. Once again, a great idea for a show is I watch these things. I watch listen to them talk. I was just listening to some for Visual Vengeance and they were interesting, you know. So there you go. Something about Sidney Pollack, a 2004 documentary. Cool. And more about Condor, 2003 featurette. So awesome. Very cool. All right. That was was it 10, 9, 8? Number 7, Uncle Buck. What a classic fun film. I hadn't seen this movie in forever, but I really, really, really liked it. It is a lot of fun. John Candy, especially, is just so alive. You can see he's having a blast. It's John Hughes and John Candy together. Just what a classic movie. It's got audio commentary by film historians Alexandra Heller Nichols and Josh Nelson. Alexandra Heller Nichols, I love her commentary, by the way. I always adore her commentary. I think she's a lot of fun and she really does her homework. And so I just really dig her. Audio commentary by film historian Joe Romani. 16 going on 17, interview with actress Jean Louisa Kelly, who I believe played not sure who she played in it. I'm not sure she was the daughter. I think she might have been the daughter, but she could have been somebody else too. I don't know. I don't know yet. Um, Very fun movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a really fun movie. You should check it out. Next is a movie that I had never heard of until it was released on Kino, but Paul loves this movie. And we will probably do this for Film Freaks at some point. We just haven't gotten there yet. It's Prime Cut. This is a really good movie, and it's got Lee Marvin, Gene Hackman, Sissy Spacek. What a pair, like a group of awesome people. It's got audio commentary by Lee Marvin biographer Dwayne Epstein. Poor last name. Audio commentary by film historians Steve Mitchell and Nathaniel Thompson. So that's awesome. They seem to be paired together a lot. So there you go. And theatrical trailer. All right, we're down to the top 5 of my favorite movies. Speaking of which, I talked about this earlier. Touch of Evil. You know, Citizen is was it Orson Welles' movie after, one of his movies after Citizen Kane. So 3 versions of the film. You get the reconstructed version, re-edited in 1998. This definitive cut of the film was reconstructed to Orson Welles' original vision based on his detailed 58-page memo to the studio. So cool, you get the reconstructed vision. You get the theatrical version, which is what I watched. I have not seen the other two. So once again, I would love to watch the other two and then um, check out other stuff. But this version of the film was seen by U.S. audiences when it was released in theaters in 1958. And preview version created prior to the theatrical version. This cut of the film incorporates some of Orson Welles' requests and was rediscovered by Universal in 1976. The special features on this is Bringing Evil to Life, retrospective documentary featuring interviews with Charlton Heston, Janet Leigh, crew members, and film historians. Evil Lost and Found, a behind the scenes look at the reconstruction of Touch of Evil and the three versions of the film. Five feature commentaries, including one with Charlton Heston and Janet Leigh, and two newly recorded ones with film historians Tim Lucas and Imogen Sarah Smith. So that's crazy. It's a lot. That this one I'm excited to do someday, but I'm gonna do Citizen Kane first, where I'm gonna like listen to the commentaries and talk about them and stuff if I do that show. God, so many shows, but that's a cool idea. I've never thought about I thought about doing it, sort of something like that. All right, next movie I absolutely love, and I adore this movie. I watched it over Christmas again because it's a Christmas, like this is gonna be a Christmas staple every year. It's The Apartment. Billy Wilder. If you haven't seen that movie, it's basically this guy who is a Jack Lemmon, who's very nice guy, kind of takes gets taken advantage of, wants to move up in his business, so he lets all the people that are above him use his apartment to have way with their mistresses and stuff. And, he's out in the cold or doing whatever, and then comes home and, um, that thing. And then he falls in love with a girl, but she ends up dating like his big boss, or whatever. So, and that's Shirley MacLaine. So it's Jack Lemmon, Shirley MacLaine, and Fred McMurray. Great cast. Um, so it says commentary by film historian Joseph McBride, author of Billy Wilder, Dancing on the Edge. Audio commentary by film historian Bruce Block. By the way, I think I did start listening to the commentary for this with Joseph McBride, and he was very thorough. So that was kind of cool. Inside the Apartment documentary, Magic Time, The Art of Jack Lemmon, featurette, and theatrical trailer. Tell me, if you're a collector and this is what you like and everything, do you like listening to the commentaries that are more informative and kind of like almost like a film school, or do you like the ones that are just goofy and fun and silly and everybody's talking about whatever, like a drunken commentary, like a Cannibal the Musical is my favorite commentary track like that. We'll probably do that on that show at some point. Another movie that I absolutely adore, and it's my number three, Spaceballs. My favorite movies of all time. I love this movie. Audio commentary by Mel Brooks. This is not new commentary. I think this is from the Blu-ray or and DVD. Force Yourself featurette, Spaceballs, the documentary, In Conversation with Mel Brooks and co-writer Thomas Meehan, John Candy, Comic Spirits. Speaking of John Candy, another one. Film flubs, watch Spaceballs and Ludicrous Speed. That's very funny. I would watch that. Storyboards to film comparison, exhibitor trailer with Mel Brooks introduction, image galleries, and theatrical trailer and stuff. So that's cool. Mel Brooks, John Candy, and Rick Moranis. Why is Bill Pullman not even first? That's wow. It should have been Bill Pullman, Mel Brooks, John Candy, Rick Moranis because it's the star, but and Daphne Zuniga in there too. But Dick Van Patten, Joan Rivers, George Weiner. I mean, it's just a. If you haven't seen it, it's so funny. They're coming out with a sequel, finally. Um, so my second, well, actually, yeah, my second uh favorite movie of the top one there is what do you call it? Serpico. And this was a Sidney Lumet movie. I absolutely adore Sidney Lumet. I want to collect every one of his movies if I can. I think he's really great. Um, and what's the next one? I think the next one's Sidney Lumet too. So, we'll have two of his movies back to back. That was not planned. So this one comes with the audio commentary by film historians Howard S. Berger, Steve Mitchell, and Nathaniel Thompson. So I guess all three of them together. That should be interesting. Sidney Lumet, Cineast New York featurette. Looking for Al Pacino featurette. Serpico from Real to Real featurette. Inside Serpico featurette. Serpico favorite moments featurette. and photo gallery with commentary by director Sidney Lumet. Why does he not do commentary on this one? That's weird. 'Cause they have the commentary by the film historians, and he usually does commentary, I think. So it's weird. And last but not least, my favorite of the I think my favorite of the Sidney Lumet movies, period. 12 Angry Men. What a classic. This movie was so good. So good. Um, Audio commentary by historian screenwriter Gary Girani. Audio commentary by film historian Drew Casper. 12 Angry Men, 1997, directed by William Friedkin, so you get another movie on here. Beyond a Reasonable Doubt, Making of 12 Angry Men, Inside the Jury Room, featurette, and theatrical trailer. So, yeah, those are my movies. Look at that. Look at that pack. Look at that group. Craziest group you'll ever see of movies. Here you go. There. All those movies. They're classics. They're great movies. And that's the thing. Like, as I said, like they're these are these are some of the best movies you're probably gonna see, around unless you get something from like Criterion. So these are Kino Lorber's like to me, out of all the ones I collect, I go Criterion, Kino Lorber, then like Arrow, and stuff. So uh it's up there like that. So I love these movies. These are some of the best Hollywood movies you're gonna probably get that are just some of them like Prime Cut. Not many people have heard of that I know of. Some people have and some people have not, but it's definitely I watched it. I loved it. I've seen every single one of these movies. Maybe not that many times. The Apartment I've seen a lot. Spaceballs I've seen more than any of the other ones. And I think, yeah, there's the only two I've seen like over and over again. The other ones I've seen at least once, maybe twice or three times. But 12 Angry Men I've seen a lot too. Because we did it for Film Freaks and I watched it young, before and I've watched it like three or four times, and I'm gonna try to watch it more, because it's definitely a movie I feel like every year needs to be like seen because I feel like people don't really realize um how important it is. It's a very important movie because it makes you think about stuff that you don't, like how to deal with the justice system, how fair is the justice system? How are these guys going to decide, and everything? And, are some of these guys just trying to get out, you know? So anyway, it's a great movie. Fantastic. Henry Fonda is fantastic. Everybody, I mean, it's got a huge cast too. The cast includes, Henry Fonda, Lee J. Cobb, uh, Ed Begley, E.G. Marshall, Jack Warden, Jack Klugman. I mean, the fact that Sidney Lumet did this and also did Serpico and also did a lot of amazing movies. I mean, yeah, so fantastic films. Highly recommend all of them. If you get a chance to buy them at like a Kino sale or something, do it because you're not going to regret any of these. These are definitely really good movies. All right, well, that's it. It did go a little longer than I was planning, so there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.